Good morning, guys. We're going to whip up a little breakfast casserole today. I went ahead and took the liberty of starting a little concoction I like to do. When you're cooking things in the oven in a casserole style, especially with breakfast, your bacon tends not to get done inside things. So you want to give it a little pre-cook first, just so you don't end up with chewy bacon all up in your baked casserole. So I've got that going. I put a little bit of butter in the pan. I chopped up my bacon. I chopped up a small onion, got that in there, and I actually added a little bit of chopped Canadian bacon as well. You can do any kind of meat you want. You could do this with sausage. You could, little hot links. I love cutting up the little hot links into little bitty pieces and doing them in this. So, anyway, you just cook everything in your pan and get it nice, and your bacon, you want it a little bit on the more done side so that when you do cook it, it'll finish cooking in the oven, but it won't be so chewy. So we're just going to let that cook down, and we'll add a little bit more stuff to it in just a minute. Alright, that's browning nicely. Now what we're going to add to this now is, I chopped up just a few red bell peppers, and there's my mushrooms again. Use the vegetables that you like, because all of this is just to taste to the things that you like. And you can use a combination of pretty much anything in here. Now I put these particular vegetables in last because I don't like them to get too overdone and mushy. Because again, you're going to put this in the oven, and we're actually going to do it in a muffin tin. Because I like the way they serve up when you pull them out. You've got little individual servings, and you can make a nice hollandaise sauce, or oh man, my mind's going crazy with some sauces that will be good up on this. Hollandaise is a really good one, but we'll talk about sauces later, because I think I want to do a whole day on just different sauces that you guys can make up and keep in your fridge. And then when you make certain meals, you know, the sauces hold for a couple of days, but if you've got a little meal planned out, you'd be able to hold those sauces, make them on a weekend, and just hold them, and then the meals that we're going to cook up, you'll be able just to pull them out of the fridge, heat them up a bit, and add it to your meals. So this is cooking down nicely. I'm going to let that go. While that's doing that, we are going to take, you will see, I have some nice hash browns here that I made up. They are not cooked. We're going to take and spray our muffin pan and put our hash browns in here and line that, and then we'll do our eggs. Give this a quick spray. Like so. Looks just like that. And I'll show you how we're gonna get our hash browns lined in here. That's gonna be our base. You can also use biscuit dough. You can press a biscuit dough down in, or a croissant roll. You just take it out of the packaging and press it down into your cup. I'm actually going to pop these in the oven after we get them done for a bit while these are cooking down. I'll turn that off now, because I've got that pretty much where I want it to go in the oven to be incorporated. Now, you can see we've got our hash browns in here. I'm going to press them in just a little better. Oh, something that makes this a lot easier, you can use a glass. Just a regular drinking glass, or a little canning jar, and press down in here. I'm just using the back of my hand right now because I didn't think about that till just now. A little brainstorm going, what would make this easier? I got my coffee cup here, but I ain't all about sticking my coffee cup down in this. Alright, so we've got these lined up in there like that. I'm going to pop them in the oven that is preheated to 400 degrees. We're going to give those just a few minutes to get a little crunchy bottom on them while we prepare our egg mixture. Okay, now this is my go-to for eggs. When I'm doing these little babies, you will always, always, always see me add heavy cream. Again, you can use half and half or milk, but I really like to kick my eggs up a notch. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 large eggs in here because I'm going to do 6 little mini, like muffin omelets, really. Put a little more black than, and it's about 2 tablespoons of heavy cream to 5 large eggs. I'm going to keep my seasonings with this simple. Going to do some salt. Going to do, pardon my arm reaching. We get a little bit of salt. Going to do some pepper in there. I told y'all I'm a pepper person. I like pepper up in my seasonings. Now, with this, I just beat it with a fork. You can get all fancy. If I'm making a huge scrambled egg meal or catering breakfast, I will mix these in my stand mixer and fluff them up. I mean, the more you whip the eggs in the cream, the lighter and fluffier they're going to be. So, just always remember that. We're just going to do it like this because, you know, we're not going for big and light and fluffy. You certainly could do it to bake them in the muffin cups. That's fine. Doesn't hurt. Just for the purpose of making this move along, this is how we're going to do it today. So that's my simple egg mixture. Man, you can grow on this too. If you wanted to make French toast, you just take this. I do put salt and pepper in my egg mixture for my French toast. Add a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of cinnamon, stir it all around, soak my bread in it. Little stale bread's the best way to go. And most people, they don't do it quite right with French toast. They think, oh, I'm going to whip up some French toast. They go in there, they scramble their eggs up, they blap their toast in, you know, blap, turn it over, blap. You got a little bit of egg coating, they throw it in the pan. Well, yeah, that comes out pretty good. But French toast traditionally, actually, your bread is soaked overnight in your egg mixture. And the stale bread loaves, they would cut up and soak it overnight. And then when they got up in the morning, you heat up that flat griddle and you just cook it. You can also do these in an omelet. Man, but anyway, we're talking about a whole other recipe all up in the middle of this one. We'll get to that. Kelly done got me excited about some breakfast recipes. Okay, so we've got our eggs ready. Got our hash browns. Should be able to pull those out of the oven right now. Got a little bit of browning on them. Pull that out. There we have our hash browns that have sat in there. Sat up in the pan nicely. We'll move that over where you can see. That's better. Okay, now to that, you know, we've got this little meat vegetable mixture here. We don't really want to get all that oil in there because, again, your bacon is still going to continue to cook in the oven a bit, so you're going to have some. So we're just going to put a little spoonful of our mixture on top of each one, like so. And if you've got people that don't want this, you could do different types in here. Like, you could leave off, oh, I don't want all those veggies in mine, or no meat. Leave it out and just put your egg in your muffin cup over your hash browns. You don't have to force things on folks. They don't want to eat it. It's all good. That's why it's good to make them in these little muffin cups, because if you've got picky people, you can just, you know, go around and take an order like a little waitress and say, what you want all up in your little muffin tin omelet? And they'll tell you. And then you can just individualize them for folks. Okay, now we're going to take our eggs and we're going to top this You won't need a lot. Typically it's about 1 egg per muffin tin, but because we've got all this other stuff in there, we did not do a lot. Hoping I came out alright with it. Probably 1 egg short. I guess we probably should have done that other egg. I am going to whip up one more little egg if y'all stay with me 1 second. Man, I thought I had that down. I was thinking, oh yeah, that's right. I guess probably I use large eggs. Normally in my fridge, I keep extra large to jumbo. That was not the case today, so I apologize for the quick little snafu we're having here. But you see, we just roll with it. Whip up another little egg in here. We've already got our seasoning, so I didn't even bother seasoning this. I did put a little bit of cream in it. Now we'll fill those puppies up. One thing is very important. Sharing is caring. You can tell. Chef done poured a little too much egg over in this one. After I went to all that trouble of whipping another one up. This will bake up out of the pan like, it'll rise up out of there like a banty rooster. Alright. Sharing is caring. I mean it, folks. So this is 6 large eggs. Probably could have even ran with 7. Y'all, look what I did. See, it's okay to make mistakes. Even those of us that claim to be a chef, in my head, makes mistakes. So, we just roll with it. Nothing's perfect. There you go. We're going to take this, we're going to bake this in the oven on, we're going to jack this down to about 375. We preheated it to 425, now we dropped it down to 375. Going to pop this in there for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll check on it again after 5 minutes. After it's been in the oven for 5 minutes, we're going to top it with some cheese, and then we'll finish it off. So, y'all hold on. Okay, been in just a few minutes. Pulled it out. We're going to top a little cheese in it. And again, this is just stuff I found in my fridge. Nothing spectacular. You can use any kind of cheese you want. You could even use sliced cheese. It doesn't always have to be shredded. You just break it up and put it in here. It just helps it melt better. This will kind of incorporate down into the eggs as well, because we didn't let them get a good setup before we added the cheese. You just don't want it to burn putting it in the oven too soon when you're bringing the heat down a bit. Alright, pop this back in the oven, guys. And I'll come back and show you the finished product. Okay, we are back, and you can see these came out wonderful. If you need to remove them out of the pan, just kind of break them apart. See, you just kind of take a little knife and go around the edges of them, and they should come out just fine. Pop that over there. See if I can get one of these out relatively easily. See how that cooked up? You've got your potatoes, your hash browns in there. I'm going to move this to the back because I'm going to show you guys something. Now what I did, you want to garnish your plates up. If you're serving to other folks, you certainly want to add some garnish to your plate. But I'm just keeping this simple, guys, just so you can get an idea. Now, what I did for this, because I wanted to kick it up just a bit, I made a creme fraiche with a habanero sauce to give it a little heat. Now, creme fraiche is a like a Mexican sour cream. It's a little on the thinner side. You can make it yourself, but you can also buy it. Any supermarket has it. Or you can use just regular sour cream. It's fine. You don't have to get all fancy. I just happened to want to give it a try, and it turned out wonderful. So anyway, a little, let's call it a little sour cream with your favorite habanero, Tabasco, sriracha is one of my favorites. Or like I said, you can make a hollandaise or béarnaise or just any kind of, whatever you want to go over this. But I'm just going to take a little bit and spoon it across the top because you want to, you know, just give them a little flavor to dip in. You can even take and do your little, you know, dipping things on the, excuse me, on the plate like that. You put it in a squirt bottle, squirt it out if you want to get real fancy and pretty with it. But that's basically it. I don't know, I guess I can try it and tell you guys what it's going to taste like. It might be horrible, I don't know. But let's take a peek. Nope, guys, that's a winner. Definite winner. I'll post the recipe in a bit. Thanks, guys.